So this morning, we are recognizing a number of our seniors who graduated from high school. This is something we like to do every year, and we also love to provide the opportunity for seniors to share some thoughts and feelings that they've had over the course of their time being a part of the congregation. So the first person we want to recognize today is Rachel Hollinger. Rachel, congratulations. Rachel's fall plans will be to continue at Hack to earn a degree in nursing. So this morning we say, congratulations, Rachel. Next on our list is Avery Book. Avery will be attending Pennsylvania College of Technology to get certified in HVAC, and Avery is going to share a few words with us this morning.
All right, well, I'm just going to start off to say thank you to everyone in this congregation, the pastoral staff, everyone that took care of me from the time I was about yay high. Some of you got to see some really beautiful artists come through that program, I'm given to understand, so thank you for being patient with some of us for that. Sorry. I'd also want to thank my mom and dad, and yes, unfortunately, Miles, for always dragging me to church, sometimes still asleep, but it was always a wonderful opportunity. You all are a very special group of people, and when you put your heart into something, you do it well, and you care about what you're doing. You've created so many great opportunities for those of us coming up. Many of you I've known personally. You're all my friends and family. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. You guys are a really loving congregation and a great support system for everyone. And I just want to say thank you so much for giving me all these opportunities and all the support throughout all these years. Thank you.
Next is Ellen Lazakovitz. Ellen will be attending Virginia Commonwealth University to study fashion design. Unfortunately, the Lazakovitz household has been passing around some germs the last couple of weeks, and Ellen is under the weather this morning. But I have some thoughts that were shared that I'd like to offer on her behalf. That she's grateful for many things connected to Etown Church of the Brethren, though probably not the ones that are more traditional. One thing in particular has been her connection to Pam Haddad and Samara. Ellen first volunteered with Samara for years and then became a paid employee in the child care program, the children's program there. Ellen has also spent many Sunday mornings helping in the nursery and with the preschoolers. She has many friendships that began here at church. And as we've seen, soon she's off to the Virginia Commonwealth University Honors College in Richmond, Virginia to study fashion design and begin the next chapter of her life. So this morning we say congratulations to you, Ellen, if you're watching at home. And next, we have Mitchell Garber. And Mitchell will be attending Ursinus. Is it Ursinus? Ursinus, I should know that. Ursinus College, and will major in business. So come on up, Mitchell.
When I was first told 2 weeks ago that I would speak on my favorite memories as a youth at this church, my mind swam with distinct but vivid memories that took place in this building. Creating crossword puzzles and word searches in the pews during service. Talking soccer with Kevin Engel during Sunday school every week. Pizza parties after church with Don Ziegler, Becca Reynolds, and the youth group. Of course, however, being a young person in this church includes more than just what happens in these walls. Places like Camp Swatara, where while canoeing, Ellen Lazakovitz, Charlotte Hershey, and I were attacked by a flock of geese. Or the soup kitchen, in D.C., which was the home of our yearly post-Thanksgiving service trip. These are locations I will always remember fondly. That being said, my favorite memory has been all of the people who belong to the congregation. Through Etown Church of the Brethren, I have found mentors, friends, teachers, and most importantly, love. That love starts when you walk in the doors on Sunday, only to feel the warm embrace of a smile and a welcoming hello. That love continues walking through the halls when people whose names I sometimes can't remember because I'm terrible with names stop to ask and listen about how your life is going. And that love never ends when you leave, with constant support, help, and birthday cards on that yearly occurrence. I would like to end on a story that exemplifies this love. During the initial COVID-19 lockdown in March and April of 2020, I found myself dying to fish, except that I had one problem. I, much less anyone else in my family, knew how to fish. I started to lose hope after a solo fishing trip had yielded nothing but the branches of the trees that surrounded the creek I was fishing in. Thankfully, the church came to the rescue in the form of Will Hershey as well as Rich and Seth Nornhold. In two very COVID-safe social distance fishing trips, not even a week apart, I went from a new fisherman to pretty much a pro who could cast, catch, gut, and cook a bass. I mention this memory not only because of it being a positive memory, but because it embodies this love of the church. That even when the world is as far distant physically as it can be, this love has no bounds. And this love is what all of my favorite memories stem from, and what being a member of the Church of the Brethren means. I am proud to have been part of this congregation, and I hope for its constant support in my future endeavors. Thank you.
Caden Glenn Allison recently received his diploma from Penn Manor High School. He plans to attend Millersville University in the fall and is auditioning for the Tell School of Music, where he plans to major in music production. His family is extremely proud of him for forging ahead despite difficulties along the way. And I'll add, many family and friends as well are very supportive of Caden and proud of him for forging ahead despite all of these difficulties. So, to you, Caden, we say congratulations. Charlotte Hershey. Charlotte is also unable to be with us this morning. Charlotte is attending the University of Delaware to pursue her BSN, but she did send a very short clip that we wanted to share with you this morning.
Hey guys, it's Charlotte. I'll be headed to the University of Delaware this fall to study nursing, and I want to say thank you to this church community for being a huge part of my life growing up, to every friend I made through this church, and to my family for always being there to support me.
I have something to read here this morning. The next individual that we wanted to recognize this morning is Seth Nornhold. Kathy was hoping to be here this morning in order to read something, but unfortunately, like others, she has had a COVID exposure and asked if we could read this for her. Good morning. In anticipation of graduation Sunday 2022, it seemed a given that the opportunity to express gratitude for the role of this faith community has played in Seth Nornhold's life would be embraced. How could we not? Seth spent only about 5.5 years at Elizabethtown Church of the Brethren, but were his years here filled with love, friendship, and incredible role models. When our family first started attending here, Seth was 11 years old, and in 5th grade. In no time, all the friendships were formed. In the following years, Seth would share some awesome experiences with those friends. And he would have adults in his life too, who lived out their faith and modeled genuine love for these young people. These incredible individuals were placed in their lives as they made the transition from children into teenagers. Just a few of Seth's experiences included Blaze Sunday School, junior high youth group with our dearly loved and deeply missed Becca, ping pong nights with Don, youth group outings, service projects, and Camp Swatara. And we can't forget the youth musical Godspell led by Deb Santiago. Opportunities were abundant for the youth to explore their own gifts in a supportive and nurturing safe place. They were surrounded by adults who facilitate learning and questioning what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. When Pastor Josh invited Seth to take a seat behind the drum set, pure joy overflowed. Life was really, really good. He looked forward to Sunday mornings where he could be a part of something bigger while doing what he loved, drumming. Seth was able to accompany the youth choir, chancel choir, ensembles, and the congregation. I've looked back over the church's live stream videos, and many, if not most, include Seth on the drums. The development of our live stream also became a place where Seth could engage. He loved the tech and opportunity to learn and develop these skills. On a Sunday morning, Seth could be seen moving back and forth from the balcony tech booth to the drum set up here in the chancel area. A dear member of the congregation shared a memorable image of her was watching Seth stride up the side of the aisle with his drumsticks in his back pocket. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic hit in March 2020, and everything changed, including gathering for Sunday worship. Thankful that our live streaming was already in place, our pastors and tech team showed up each Sunday to unite us in a new way of doing worship. Without question, Seth was there to help run the live stream from the tech booth, and as we know, he was given the opportunity to play in many videos that Pastor Josh orchestrated. Most of us have seen him doing his thing on the drum set in these videos. What I wish you could have seen was Seth's anticipation and excitement as Josh rolled out the plans for each new song they would do. Once they knew what song they would be performing, Seth would make a guessing game out of it for our family. For some of the videos, Seth kept the song secret until the Sunday that it aired. He seemed to quite enjoy teasing us with this jewel of information that he had. For other songs, he would give us a clue, and we would try to guess until we got it. Being one who rarely passes an opportunity for a lighthearted game or two, I may have enjoyed this almost as much as Seth did. It is certainly a highlight of the unique family bonding time that came as a byproduct of the pandemic shutdown. Seth was engaged in doing something he loved in the months preceding his untimely death. He was setting the beat to the songs ranging from We Are the World to I Will Survive to Build Your Kingdom Here. He was putting to use the recording equipment that he had recently received for Christmas. Yes, there were stressors of COVID and school and teenagerness, but from where I could see, when he was creating music, Seth was having the time of his life. And the church, this one-of-a-kind, loving, gracious, influential faith community, is core to this miracle. 7 years ago, you welcomed Seth and our family. You provided a smooth transition for each of us, and you built upon the bonds created in our previous faith communities. As individuals, through each interaction you had with Seth, you fostered his love for God and for others. You shared your own time with Seth. You shared time with children with Seth. And boy, did they make him smile. Not just any smile, but his broad, easy, pure joy smile. Grateful doesn't seem like enough to express what it is in my heart. And all the transparency, there are moments in grieving and gratefulness is not a word I want to hear. But where grieving and healing overlap, there I am amazed by the abundance of love that Seth had in his life. So to those of you who impacted Seth during your time here and have since moved beyond these walls, thank you. To each of you who touched Seth's life from the depth of my being, thank you. For this faith community as a whole, thank you. And for the continued expressions of love for Seth, my heartfelt thank you. I love you all. And so, to Seth, we say, congratulations. I have not had the opportunity to get to see all of the children grow up from a very young age in this congregation, but over the past 5 years, I have really got to see our youth grow in relationship with one another and with God, and it's been an encouraging thing. I think a unique situation that I was in was that just about all of these youth I actually had the benefit of knowing and meeting at camp. So I have known many of these youth for a long time. And something that's always powerful about these Sundays is that we remember that as a community of faith, we have the ability to influence and shape one another, not just our youth, but the relationships that we hold with one another. And on a day like this, it's helpful to remember the influence and the love that we can hold for each other as we walk on this journey together. So I thank you as a congregation for your support of the youth, and for all of our graduates, we say thank you and congratulations. At this time, I'd like to invite all of our seniors or any representations of, if anyone wants to represent seniors, to come forward. All right. This is an opportunity for us to honor you as a gift. We do faith markers here within this congregation where from a young age, we offer children books, and then Bibles, and then other books. And as a senior, you get this final faith marker gift, which, spoiler alert, is a blanket with our logo that you can take with us wherever you go. And so we wanted to simply say congratulations and thank you to our seniors. And we'll make sure that our seniors who are not here this morning also get their gifts. So thank you. Congratulations.